Alright, so in this video we're going to be going into the details of what it's like to install a customized sales process into your consulting or expert-led business. I gave Amanda Gordon a detailed process that she can take and install and have consultative conversations with clients so she can actually really understand their true pains, their true problems, their true desires, and offer a solution that aligns with all that. Amanda posted this video inside the Office Hours community. I asked her permission to post it, and if you'd like to find out more about the Office Hours community, you can find out in the description below. Enjoy the video. We'll talk to you soon.
Hey, Office Hours. I am making a quick Loom to share a little tool that I made for myself that worked really well this week. Credit where credit is due. This has come from several conversations with Troy, I think, who has helped me see that selling is a skill and it doesn't happen on accident. So thank you, Troy. You've been really helpful in helping me to think this through. And then Amanda shared something last week in a call about someone who is working from a script to sell. So I really like this idea that there are repeatable processes to have success in selling. And so I kind of took some of my notes that I've been using and really prepared well for a call I had yesterday. And I'll walk you through the template that I used, and then you can make a copy that I will put in the link of this Loom. So these pre-call commitments up at the top are something that I think was a tool that Troy had shared, which is kind of coming into this centered with this idea that before I get onto the call, I am committed to helping the other person first and foremost. And that for me takes away the yuckiness that I associate with selling. I'm going to be direct, hold up a mirror and help them see what's going on. Remember that them seeing the cost of staying where they're at is a big part of the sale, and then be detached from the outcome. I'm not desperate for the sale, even though I might feel desperate for the sale. So then I made myself a pre-work section, and I copied the about the company that I was talking to into this section. So I had it up front and I could review, and anything I knew from other interactions with the company. I started my conversation here yesterday, which was, I saw that you guys are hiring for this junior marketer. I am a marketer who's done X, Y, and Z, and I'm also a customer of this brand. And I'd just love to learn a little bit more about where you're at, and if there's something that I can support you on, or even people I can introduce you to, we can cover that too. How does that sound? And this is something that I know people say about sales, but always getting the yes, so it's a conversation. And then I go through and I ask, where are you at? How are you feeling about the business? I'd love to hear from both of you. It was two founders. And then I ask a bunch of follow-up questions. And this is where I feel like asking the right questions demonstrates that you know their business and that you can help them. So this is kind of some of the things that I ask, but you would tailor that to whatever you're doing. And then I get into the gap, which is why this service or why this hire, why now, and kind of dig into what does that give you? Is it more time for you to spend with your family? Is it more growth so that you can make more money? What's the kind of driver here, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs? And then and I did spend a good bit of time there. This says 40 to 45 minutes. I crammed this all into a half hour, but you can kind of adjust this to whatever's useful for you. Then seeing what's possible beyond their current situation, I asked, you described this business outcome that you want. Is that something that you're looking to achieve in a year? Is that a 2-year horizon? How quickly are you looking to achieve these results? And that opened up a really good conversation, and gave me clues about what they actually want to do. Summarize the findings so far. So I played back, it sounds like you're really focused on unlocking this channel and achieving it in this way. And you've tried these things, but you need a more structured approach. Is that right? And then that gives them the opportunity to clarify. And then investigating the solution, I just kind of naturally launched into I've seen this before. You're not alone. This is very common for where you're at in the stage of business that you're at. In this instance, I worked in this industry. I worked at this, Series A startup, and this is what I've seen. And I keep that kind of short, but I then go into, do they want help with it? So my goal for my clients is to give them this benefit. The way I do this is I typically work in these ways so that they can get these outcomes. I'm happy to share a little bit about how I work with clients like you, if that's interesting. So again, get the yes, and then I talk through how the program is delivered. This is something I think that Troy had shared with me, and we talked about, which is like, what are the qualifications for the people that I'm pitching to? And so I got really clear on these. Um, I'm just including these in the document, but you'd probably pre-qualify them or make sure you ask these questions up front when you're investigating their kind of problem. And then I say, typically I work with clients in these ways, and we have this range of packages, and that's kind of it. What questions does this bring up? How does this land for you? And then typically they did ask me a bunch of questions, but it felt like a very structured kind of process. And then summarizing, I said, I'm happy to put together a little summary of what we've talked about and what it'll look like to work together. Would you like to take a look at that? And then I lock in a time frame. So that is it. And yeah, hopefully this is useful, and hopefully I get the sale. Thanks, guys.